We are back right now, and we are back with Wear Blue Day. Take a look here. Denver's district attorney sharing this photo on your screen of their staff highlighting National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. So Michelle Metz, a nurse manager for Denver Health Forensic Nurse Examiners Program, is joining us in studio today to talk about a very important issue, that of human trafficking, and if you believe that someone you know is a victim of human trafficking. So let's start with the basics. We were chatting a while ago. A lot of people might not be familiar with the exact definition. Can you define it for us?
So basically what human trafficking is when a person is, through coercion or compelling, is forced to provide services, labor, or engage in commercial sex acts. That coercion could be overt, it can be subtle, it can be physical, it can also be psychological. I think the one thing that's really important to know is that if a minor is engaged in sexual exploitation, that's human trafficking, because you don't need to have force, fraud, or coercion there for it to be human trafficking.
And how are these victims exploited? We're seeing this more and more, it seems like, or maybe we're just talking about it more, but how are they exploited? I
think we're talking about it more. So they have a vulnerability. Traffickers know how to exploit those vulnerabilities. So, for example, a person is unemployed, they don't have access to appropriate paperwork to work. Maybe they don't understand our labor laws. Those are all vulnerabilities that are frequently exploited by a trafficker. If a person has a need that isn't being met, traffickers know how to step in and meet those needs. Maybe it's housing, maybe it's a job, maybe it's love. And they meet that need and then manipulate that victim into thinking that they don't have any options.
So playing on those vulnerabilities is what we're really seeing.
Absolutely.
So what are we seeing here in our state, in Colorado?
So in Colorado, numbers are really hard. Between 2018 and 2020, there were 136 criminal charges that were brought. During that same time, the Colorado statewide human trafficking hotline got a little over 1,700 calls. But that doesn't actually tell the story, right? That 1,700 calls, those were people who self-identified and self-reported, people who ended up going to, the criminal justice system. They were working with law enforcement. There are many, many people out there who don't realize they're being trafficked. They don't realize they're victims. So that's just a small number of what we see.
And that brings me to my next question. If you are a victim, or you believe that someone you're close to, or you have that inkling, what signs should you look out for, and what do you do?
Signs are hard.
Yeah.
There are no perfect red flags. There's nothing out there that goes, ding, ding, this is gonna happen, or this is happening. I will say, so the Laboratory to Combat Human Trafficking, they are the ones who run the statewide hotline, and that number's 866-450-5075. You can call them. They're staffed 24/7. We utilize them at the hospital all the time. They're there 24/7. They are well educated. They can help talk through that with you, but then they have lists of resources and trusted resources.
Yeah, it's always great to have that prevention and great to have those resources available. Michelle Metz with Denver Health, thanks for joining us this afternoon.